David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds. In the inspiring book, Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds, David Goggins shares his harrowing life story, from his brutal childhood to becoming a respected Navy SEAL and ultra-running champion. Overcoming obstacles such as abuse, poverty, toxic stress, and low self-esteem, Goggins' determined attitude and unyielding work ethic stand as a testament to the power of resilience and dedication. The book's summary delves into key moments in Goggins' life, revealing the significant physical and mental feats he accomplished and illustrating how one can unlock their true potential through hard work, self-discipline, and early morning productivity.
No ordinary childhood. David Goggins had a difficult childhood, far from the carefree experiences many American children enjoy. Forced to work in his father's roller disco rink from age 6, he and his family endured long nights and brutal beatings from their tyrannical father, Trunnies. When David was 8, his mother bravely planned their escape, allowing them to start a new life in Indiana. However, the road ahead would still be full of challenges. In 1975, David Goggins was born in New York, but unlike many American children, his own childhood was far from carefree. From the age of 6, he and his older brother were enslaved by their tyrannical father, Trunnies, a self-made businessman. Trunnies owned a roller disco rink and used his young family as his unwilling workforce. Forced to labor late into the night at the skating rink, David and his brother were always exhausted. David's job was to manage the skating shoes, while their mother cooked dinner in the rink's office. The constant noise from the dance floor made sleep difficult, and David often fell asleep in school, unable to concentrate on his education. The grueling schedule would have been challenging enough, but the brutal treatment they received from their father made life unbearable. David frequently witnessed his mother being beaten with a belt, simply for trying to fulfill basic parental responsibilities. When she took a sick David to the hospital, Trunnies viciously punished her, and David, if he tried to intervene, for spending money on their family's health. At 8 years old, David and his mother finally found an opportunity to escape their tormentor. His mother convinced Trunnies to let her get a credit card, then turned to a kind-hearted neighbor for help in planning their flight. They left in a hurry, traveling to Brazil, Indiana, to start anew. However, the freedom they achieved was bittersweet, as David's older brother chose to stay behind with their abusive father. Though David and his mother had escaped Trunnies' abusive grip, life in Indiana would not be smooth sailing. David's journey forward would continue to be marked by hardship and struggle, but through it all, he would learn resilience and develop an unbreakable spirit. Battling poverty and toxic stress. Escaping his abusive father marked the beginning of David Goggins' challenging journey through childhood as he faced extreme poverty and dealt with the lingering effects of toxic stress. With no choice but to adapt, David resorted to cheating in school to survive, which led to a compromised education and undeveloped reading skills. Having left his abusive father behind, David Goggins and his mother confronted the harsh reality of living in deep financial hardship. Their new life in a small town in Indiana depended on a meager budget drawn from his mother's part-time job and a welfare check, forcing them to reside in low-income public housing. Despite managing to flee his malevolent father, David's tumultuous past eventually caught up with him. As a third grader, he began to exhibit signs of toxic stress, a condition caused by severe abuse during early childhood. His body and mind had experienced such relentless trauma that they were now constantly geared for defense, preparing to fight or flee at any moment. This physiological response resulted in David developing a stutter, losing hair, and experiencing pigment changes in his skin. Toxic stress impacts children's memories, making it difficult for even the most talented kids to retain previously learned information. David struggled academically, earning him harsh judgments from some of his teachers who labeled him as stupid. As the only black student in his class, he endured daily mockery and the threat of expulsion. In an effort to avoid being cast away into a special needs facility, David resorted to cheating on his assignments and standardized tests. Although his cunning tactics enabled him to stay in school, the negative repercussions of his actions were inevitable. As he reached his teenage years, unbeknownst to others, David could barely read, a testament to the immense challenges and setbacks he faced throughout his childhood. Overcoming fear and failure. As a teen, David's dream was to become an Air Force pararescue, but his inability to swim and a medical predisposition led him to quit. By 24, he found himself working a dead-end job and using food to cope. However, motivation for a transformative change was on the horizon. David struggled with academics early in life, but in his late teens, he became determined to join the United States Air Force. Committed to achieving his goal, he overcame literacy challenges and was accepted into military training. His ultimate ambition was to serve as an Air Force pararescue, a specialized soldier trained to parachute into combat zones and rescue injured pilots. To get there, he would need to confront his most significant hurdle yet, swimming. Growing up, David's mother couldn't afford to give him swimming lessons, and it wasn't until he was 12 that he first encountered a pool. When he started military training, he quickly realized his swimming skills were severely lacking, putting his dreams of pararescue in jeopardy. Fearful and overwhelmed, he sought an escape from his predicament. When a medical test revealed a predisposition to sickle cell anemia, David used it as justification to leave the military on medical grounds, although he knew deep down that he should have faced his challenges head-on. By 1999, at 24, David's military dreams were shattered, and he found himself working a dead-end job as a night shift exterminator. Trying to numb his disappointment, he turned to food for comfort, ultimately pushing his weight from 255 to nearly 300 pounds. His unhealthy eating habits, which included multiple breakfasts and massive amounts of sugary foods, were his way of coping with an unfulfilling life marked by missed opportunities and a bleak future. However, the catalyst for change he desperately needed was just around the corner. As David faced an uncertain future, he would soon find the inspiration and drive to turn his life around completely. Unwavering grit to seal success. Intensely drawn to the mental toughness and physical conditioning of the Navy SEALs, Goggins was determined to join their ranks despite the seemingly insurmountable odds, needing to lose over 100 pounds in just 3 months. With unwavering determination, he set a grueling fitness regimen and not only transformed his body but achieved his dream of becoming a Navy SEAL. The life-changing catalyst for Goggins occurred one morning as he watched a mesmerizing documentary on Navy SEALs in training. Their mental fortitude, relentless push through pain, and peak physical abilities thoroughly captivated him. Instantly, the desire to join the Navy SEALs became his core objective. Driven by this newfound passion, Goggins relentlessly contacted Navy recruitment offices, seeking a chance to train as a SEAL. Through sheer luck, a training program aimed at former military personnel wanting to rejoin the forces presented itself. Although primarily focused on enlisting in the Navy, this program could serve as Goggins' entry point to his dream of becoming a SEAL. However, 2 formidable obstacles emerged. The program was due to close in just 3 months, and Goggins was much heavier than the Navy's maximum allowed weight. Weighing in at 297 pounds, he needed to lose over 100 pounds in the short time frame to be eligible for enrollment. Refusing to shy away from the challenge, Goggins devised a relentless fitness regimen. His extraordinary daily routine included waking up at 4:30 a.m. for a 2-hour exercise bike session, followed by a 2-hour swim, and an intense gym workout consisting of circuit training and extensive sets targeting all major muscle groups. Afterward, he hopped back on the exercise bike for several more hours, including 2 more post-dinner hours of cycling. Astoundingly, Goggins lost an impressive 25 pounds within the first 2 weeks and started incorporating 4-mile runs into his daily routine after a month. When the enrollment deadline finally arrived, he had successfully transformed his body to fighting fit. Goggins then joined the program and endured an incredibly rigorous training period that involved sleep deprivation and executing challenging exercises while drenched and covered in sand. Undeterred, Goggins persevered, ultimately graduating from training and achieving his dream of becoming a Navy SEAL. Embracing ultra running. After achieving his goal of becoming a Navy SEAL, Goggins yearned for new challenges to push his physical limits. Discovering ultra running in 2005, he chose the notorious Badwater 135 as his ultimate test. Using the race as a way to raise money for fallen comrades' families, Goggins first conquered a 100-mile race in San Diego despite minimal training, enduring intense suffering but finishing remarkably well. This resilient effort secured his place in the 2006 Badwater 135, where he diligently trained beforehand, paying off in a fifth-place finish. David Goggins achieved his dream of becoming a Navy SEAL, but with time, he found himself seeking further challenges that pushed his physical boundaries to new heights. In 2005, Goggins discovered his answer in ultra running, a sport featuring extreme long-distance races. He decided to use these daunting races to raise money for the families of fellow Navy SEALs who were killed in Afghanistan, merging charity and personal drive to conquer the world's toughest footrace. Targeting the notorious Badwater 135, a 135-mile ultramarathon covering extreme elevations and scorching heat, Goggins knew that participating in such a race would push him to his limits. This daunting course begins in California's Death Valley, below sea level, and finishes at an elevation of 8,374 feet, all the while subjecting competitors to searing July temperatures. Remarkably, top athletes complete the race in under 48 hours. To earn his place at Badwater 135, Goggins first needed to qualify by finishing a separate 100-mile race. He chose the San Diego One-Day, a race in the heart of the city. Despite minimal training, Goggins completed the race in 19 hours, displaying incredible determination as he overcame pain and physical breakdown. Having proven himself in San Diego, Goggins joined the 2006 Badwater 135 as a competitor. This time, he intensely prepared for the brutal heat and terrain, ensuring the best possible performance when race day arrived. His dedication and training allowed him to complete the Badwater 135 in just 30 hours, securing a remarkable fifth-place finish and showcasing the power of persistence and drive. Unleash your potential. Success does not come from quick fixes, but through strong dedication and an unwavering work ethic. Achieving greatness means prioritizing hard work over everything else. Emulating David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL and ultra runner, will help you unlock your potential. Start by winning the morning and becoming an early bird, making the most of every hour and incorporating fitness into your routine. Push yourself and remember, if David Goggins can do it, so can you. David Goggins, one of the few African American SEALs and a renowned ultra runner, often gets asked how he became so successful. The cornerstone of his philosophy is work ethic. In today's culture, people tend to search for quick fixes, but for Goggins, true mastery and potential can only be unlocked through hard work. Talent and passion are essential, but without a strong work ethic, you'll never soar to new heights. Goggins attributes his many achievements to his dedication to working hard, be it as a SEAL or in the gym. No matter the challenge, hard work always remains his top priority. When he shares his insights on the significance of hard work, many people claim that they don't have enough time to devote to their goals, citing family or job commitments. However, Goggins believes the key to success lies in winning the morning. His early morning routine is a testament to his dedication. A typical day for Goggins begins at 4 a.m. with a 6 to 10 mile run, followed by a shower and breakfast. He then cycles 25 miles to work, arriving by 7:30 a.m. Even during his lunch break, he squeezes in a gym session or a 6-mile run. After work, he cycles back home, having clocked in at least 50 miles of cycling and 10 miles of running in addition to his day job. Goggins' disciplined lifestyle shows that making the most of your mornings and pushing yourself can truly unleash your potential. So take the first step, rise early, and give your all to chase your dreams. Remember, if David Goggins can do it, you can too.
David Goggins' journey from a life plagued with challenges to becoming an accomplished Navy SEAL and ultra runner is a powerful reminder of the untapped potential we all possess. Goggins' story exemplifies the importance of a strong work ethic, resilience, and determination in achieving remarkable personal growth and success. By embracing challenges head-on and prioritizing hard work and self-discipline, Goggins demonstrates the transformative power of overcoming obstacles and harnessing personal potential. Readers are left with an inspiring message. No matter how daunting life may appear, with unwavering dedication and a goal-oriented attitude, remarkable feats are within reach.